I'm sure Antonio can testify. The first thing I have to say is Tony. As your big sister, I love you regardless. I love you unconditionally. My sweet little brother. Yes, I say my sweet little brother. He looks like a big man now, but I will always remember the little boy my little sister and I used to push around my grandmother's house in his little red car. The one my sister and I would take turns in threatening we would flush him down the toilet if he was naughty. It was easy in those days. Tony, at age 11, looked like a child of 6. You wouldn't believe it now, but he really was that small. We are as protective of this boy become man today as we were then. But he still can't get away with any rubbish. We still have our pegs that we use to bring him down and up when needed. Tony, marriage is the longest road you will travel on. There are many twists and turns. Some are necessary to take, others not needed. Remember, every decision has a happy ending and a consequence. As you pray, give them to God before you take them. Your wife, your children come first. Always remember that. Your house must be heaven. Carol, you have a big part to play in making it heaven, but I will come to you in a minute. Your wife is your queen. Your friends are your friends outside. They can never influence your married life or be allowed to. Secondary family, which is what brothers, sisters, mothers, uncles, aunties become now. We will always be there, but not to live your marriage for you. We can advise you, but you have to listen and take the good from the rubbish. At times, family, when we get hurt by what Carol did, by what Tony did, we are hurt. But we need not to rumble so that they don't take what we are rumbling about and put it in their marriage. Let's leave them to be married. As my auntie told me when we were married a few years ago, let's leave them to be married. Carol, your house is heaven because your job will be to keep it so. You will be the cook, the cleaner, wash lady. You will teach your children, discipline them, be the nurse, doctor, secretary, mechanic, carpenter, odd jobs person. But you are still the wife. It's the most tiring job you will take, and if you were to be paid for it, there would be no pay that would fit. But there are rewards that only you will reap. And I know the ladies in here are saying, really? What rewards? Well, the blessing you receive in your life, in doing all this well, is your reward. Pray on your decisions before you take them. Your girlfriends, sorry ladies, tune out. No one must live your marriage for you. I was once part of a conversation in your house where we, the women present, agreed we were the best at running the country. The men in the room laughed us out of the room. They said, had we been in the position of power, we would have pressed the button for that nuclear bomb to go off by now. Some of the jokes that came out were, did you see the way she looked at me? How dare that woman, she went to the same designer as me. Did you even see her shoes? Nonsense. They laughed us out because they knew that we're emotional and women are powerful. The jokes could go on and on, but the point is, your husband is your king. were each other's right hand, confidant, enemy. My father-in-law would always find a way to make things up to my mother-in-law. He would pour a glass of wine or go to the kitchen and fry plantain. My husband will always find a way to hold my hand as my apology. You have to be ready to soften your heart to whatever method Tony takes. You are two different people, and it's considered healthy to argue, but to make up always. The story of marriage is remembering the anniversary, and I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. I pray with all my heart for a blessed life for the two of you. This has to be the beginning. It has to be the beginning. The past is the past. You have two beautiful children. And I pray this is it.
Yes, round of applause, I especially like the bit when she said king and kept repeating king, king, king. I would like to welcome Uncle Oscar